Hey everybody, welcome to the next installation of SWAL Wars artwork. Today I'm going to do the box art. I know the first one that I did, it looked really cool, looked really realistic, but I don't want it to be that way. It was too serious. I spent like 8 or 9 hours putting that last one together and it just wasn't clicking for me. So this version, I'm taking a much lighter approach. I'm going straight cartoon, straight, I call it that like big head cartoon kind of thing, except I'm toning it down, making it a little bit more serious. You can see the portions are kind of like more normal and human, but still, you get the idea. It's going to be fun. Now, this particular one only took me 6 or 7 hours to do into completion. That's what this whole thing is. And I created it in a way that I can manipulate the pieces around, so if the box is longer or wider, whatever, I've got plenty of room to play with. So what I'm doing in this one is my typical part where I sketch it out, give it some more detail, and then go through putting the final outlines, and then go back and put in all the colors. Now, if you haven't seen the other videos, there are 2 new versions of other characters in here. There was the Archer, the Space Ranger. Now, I didn't like the way that she turned out. The first time, it just looked too boring. And so I had some time to think about it and decided to change her a bit more. There's a video for that. You can check that out. Then the other one was Bob A. Warfare. I turned him into being French. Bob A. Warfare. And he's definitely changed as well. The first one, like, it looked more like a stormtrooper than it looked like a Fett, and that was not what I wanted. Instead, I went through and got the Warhammer, again, never mind. Check him out. There's a video for that too. You can see how he all turned out. And I really like this new version. Now, this particular video is a longer video because I've got a lot to do in it. I'm not going to talk through the whole thing, but I do want to talk about what this actual project is. So, SWAL Wars. It's been something in development for a few months. I'm nearing the end of the play testing and the rule management, making sure that that's all in place. I'm really going for aesthetics here, making people be able to feel more immersive when they're playing. This is all based in Cincinnati. We have a little game design group that I go to in order to do the play testing, and it's a group that's produced a lot of games, and we're always looking for publishers and buyers and playtesters. So feel free to stop by. You can look us up. I'll put some information down below. But the important thing for this is that this is really close to being done, and I will be having a Kickstarter or some kind of crowdfunding thing to help with the production. Now, what I need in production on this one is that I'm doing it different than most people do. In that almost everybody who makes board games, they want to make board games so that they can sell it to a publisher, and then the publisher produces it, goes and gets manufacturers and distributes it throughout the whole nation or the world. And I want to share my creativity as well. I've done a lot of things that have been shared, from the artwork that I've done that have been sold around the world. Politicians and movie stars have it, to my music that has been posted on live media, not on national media, just on internet corners, but also have my album out and played for thousands of people, and my novel that was out, that I like, all these things. And so, like, I want to create, and I want to skip that bottleneck, that limitation of having to wait for a publisher and get them to approve it. I want to get it so that I can make them right here where I live. Just basically, you call me up, send me an email, you say, hey, I want the game, I want the board game, I want it shipped to me, and I say, I gotcha, fam. Give me a day or so, I'll have it right out to you. That way, number one, I don't have like boxes and boxes of these things that I just end up turning into a mattress like I've seen some of my compatriots do. Number two is that I don't have to go through any other middle financials or brokers or anything like that. You call me up, I'm able to sell it to you. I've already done this with some of my with one of my card games, the card game that I've had released before called DECA, D-E-C-A. It's a great little card game, super easy to learn. I've been selling it. I've been selling it at some stores around town where I just went to them and said, hey, you want to buy some copies? And I've been selling them out of my car. When I've been taking them to places to play some games here and there, people were like, I really like this game. And they're like, where can I get it? Like, you are in luck. I got some in my car. I know it sounds like I'm a car salesman or some kind of like someone selling watches on the street corner, but that's what I like. I want it to be that accessible. But I also want to make sure that I prove that this can be done. There are so many people that are dependent on publishers and manufacturers that they are just stuck outside of the system. And there are so many great games that need to be opened up for this. And so when I get this done, I want to make sure that my group understands, like, this is what I got in place, these are the skill set that I needed to get, and you could do it too. And I also want to make sure that it's accessible still to everybody else who wants to get them. Basically, I want to make sure that the ability to produce is returned to the people who actually created it. I want to make sure that line is a more direct line. Yes, I know if this game is as good as I think it is, and I think it's pretty good, if the game is as good as I think it is, then I could make $1 million off of it, and that'd be fine. But what I really want to do is I want to make sure other people enjoy it. I want to make sure that when this gets said and done, those people who want it get it, I can move on to another project, and I don't have to do some of the other stuff that I've seen some of my compatriots do. Like, there's a guy who went out and got his game produced and manufactured, and now he's running out of time because he made a deal with the publisher or the manufacturer, I'm not sure who, that he had to sell X amount of copies or else, just like an or else. Like, I get the idea that the or else is that he's going to be paying for the ones that he didn't sell. And I understand that as a low-risk model for the manufacturers and publishers, but no, that's not what we need. And then we have other publishers that are this paywall where they're like, hey, send us your ideas. And you send them the best ideas that you have, and you turn them down. And now you're like, hey, I got this game that I know people like, but I can't give it to anybody because I can't make it myself. That's what I'm saying. And speaking of changes, and oh yeah, also I changed Lady Lilith Law. Changed her color scheme. Didn't like it as much. And so I think I kept some. I think it made up. But anyway, second thing. I'm coming up with another game as well. Like, I can't help but think of other games. So I really just sketched this one out, and I'm setting this a bit to the side, but I have a game testing coming up next week that I want to come up with a prototype. So the rules right now are all just written down here. Nothing really is tested. But what this is a tower defense game. That's a board game, a card game. And it's going to be set up where you can play 1 versus 1, team versus team, or you can play 1 versus many, 2 people versus 5, or 1 versus 3. And it's still all, that's like one of the core things. Now, I've got some artwork that I put up for it. I want to make this game so easy. The little kids can play it, but I want to make it so strategic that there's a reason to play it again and again, try out new combinations, and try to outwit the person you're facing. And that's always a good balance when you got that, when you hit that exact spot. So I have a video that's going to be coming out for that artwork, really again, and I hope you follow them as well. But that's the thing about the Kickstarter or the crowdfunding or whatever system that goes through, the whole intent is being able to bring that capacity here. So I don't have to worry about where I send it to. Now, as I said, I already have a card that's already out that I can make right here. I just capacity to make a board game with it. The difficult one, there's 8 pieces to it, parts, so anyway, hey, thank you. Thank you so much for watching another one of these and tuning in. SWAL Wars is not done. We've got some testing to do, some prototypes, and some ways to make some consistent manufacturing. But it also can't be done because I need some of that equipment in order to make it so I can make it right here in my domicile. but I'm gonna keep you abreast of all the rest of the stuff, Fancy Bird. And I'm going to also show you some playtesting that we will be doing sooner or later with some of the games. I mean, I got to get that together because it's a cool game. So, hey, stay tuned. Like, subscribe. Feel free to comment about any character that you see in here. If you like, you don't like, or you're just wondering where I got the inspirations from. And I did a lot of videos. Well, I did 3 videos for some of these, but not all of them. I did them way before I had the ability to record. So, hey, I'm rambling now. So, hey, thank you. Have a good time. Have a great time. Have a good life until next time, I guess. Create and play games. out.